football fans, it's me, the Fantasy Football Girl, coming at you with another edition of Vlog Times. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday and relaxing long weekend. I know I sure did. I was actually up in Paso Robles wine country, and let me tell you, the benefit of being in wine country when your fantasy teams all crash is that it just doesn't hurt as bad. But I will be getting into more of that on the X's and Y's podcast with my co-host John Evans when we record this Wednesday, November 30th. Be sure to check us out. If you haven't already, we are on iTunes, or you can find us on the web at hisandhersfootball.com. All right, let's get right to it. Bus bombs and bonuses from Week 12. Over the past 7 weeks, I have looked at my bench and seen Andre Johnson's name in 2 different leagues, and I have patiently waited for his return, thinking that if I could just get through the middle of the season and have him back for my big playoff run, then surely a Super Bowl victory was all but guaranteed. And then Matt Schaub got hurt. Out for the season with a broken foot. I thought, okay, that is a setback, but I mean, Matt Leinart must have matured and grown a pair over the past few years, right? Oh no. Apparently the only thing Matt Leinart has grown is a flipping mustache, making Andre Johnson, wide receiver for the Houston Texans, my most unfortunate bust for Week 12. He caught 2 balls for 22 yards in the Texans' win over Jacksonville. That's about it. I do want to mention that Leinart left the game and will be out for the season with a broken collarbone, leaving the Texans with rookie TJ Yates under center. Now, Johnson owners, here's our only hope. He is a stud. We know this. He's a playmaker, absolutely, and he is a big target. So hopefully he and Yates can connect and develop some rapport over the next few days. In Week 13, the Texans draw the Falcons, who have the 23rd rated pass defense, so it's not a bad matchup, though the circumstances certainly aren't favorable. I think Andre Johnson is unfortunately a flex going into Week 13. If you are on a playoff run, you gotta find another player who's gonna get you there. Those of you who are familiar with bus bombs and bonuses know that this particular segment, the bomb segment, can go one of 2 ways. I can either choose to highlight a player who played phenomenally or someone who didn't really show up at all. I know this is going to be a shock, especially after such a big bust like Andre Johnson, but I managed to find someone who did even worse statistically. I'm talking about rookie wide receiver for the Atlanta Falcons, Julio Jones. Probably cost me my season. As a side note, yeah, he had 0 receptions for 0 yards, and in fact, technically, he had 0 targets. Now, Matt Ryan, his quarterback, did throw to him 1 time. However, that play was called back due to offensive pass interference, so it didn't count. It was Roddy White. All you patient Roddy White owners, I bet you're just licking your chops. I'm so jealous of you. Who got most of the action. He was targeted 13 times, caught 10 balls for 120 yards. No love for the rookie. To find a bonus at this point in the season is usually a blessing. So just in time for the holidays, I give you Riley Cooper, wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, right now, Cooper is owned in 5% of Yahoo Fantasy Leagues, and that's about right. I don't think you're going to want to go and pick this guy up unless you're in a PPR league and it's a desperation move. However, he does still deserve a mention because in the past 2 weeks, with Vince Young under center, Jeremy Maclin sidelined due to an injury, and Deshaun Jackson just being a punk, he has managed to show up. He's caught 8 balls for 146 yards, and he scored a touchdown in Week 11 against the Giants. Now, this is a short week for the Eagles. They were routed on Sunday by the Pats, and they're going to play the Seahawks, who I've mentioned have an underestimated defense, on Thursday night. I don't expect Maclin will play, which does mean more possible opportunity for Cooper. However, do manage your expectations. Hey, we're going into Week 13. That's still a pretty good bonus.